my dears. Thank you for joining me today. My name is Teresa, and I'm here in Kamloops, British Columbia, on the unceded and occupied territory of the Secwepemc people. Today it's sunny outside, but the wind is very cold in Kamloops today. So I think I'll wait a little bit and go for my walk in the afternoon. Shall we sing our bluebird song? Now I'm going to sing a song that I think you will know, and it's about sunshine. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. So today we're going to read one story. Then I'm going to show you something that I've been doing to keep my plants nice and healthy that maybe you might want to do at home. And then I'll share a poem, and then we'll say goodbye. So our story today is called Over by the Harbour. And this is a story about Newfoundland. Newfoundland is a place in Canada, but it's on the far other coast from where I live in British Columbia. In British Columbia, I'm on the west coast of Canada, and Newfoundland, which is this book, is on the east coast of Canada. British Columbia is close to the Pacific Ocean, and Newfoundland is close to the Atlantic Ocean. So if you'd like to see what that looks like, maybe your adult could show you a map, and then you would see where Newfoundland is. And that's where this story takes place. It's all about the animals that live in Newfoundland. So it's called Over by the Harbour. And a harbor is the place where boats come in close to the land, and that's where they dock. That's where they tie up. That's where the fishermen or the crew tie up their boats to keep them safe when they're not out in the ocean catching fish. And this book was written by Dwayne LaFitte, and the illustrations or the pictures are made by Teresa Cilia. So let's see what's inside. Over by the harbour, in a bog in the sun, lived an old mother moose and her little calf, One. Stomp, said the mother. I stomp, said the one. So they ran and they stomped in a bog in the sun. A bog is what you call this land here. It's a little bit wet, and it's got lots of good things for those moose to eat. Over by the harbor, near the dories and their crew, lived a Newfoundland pony and her little foals too. Nay, said the mother, we neigh, said the two. So they galloped and they neighed near the dories and their crew. This is a dory. It's a type of fishing boat. And these are the crew, the people who work on the boat. Far from the harbor, where the ice breaks free, lived a mother polar bear and her little cubs 3. Roar, said the mother, we roar, said the 3. So they romped and they roared where the ice breaks free. Over by the harbor on the cliffs, this is a cliff, on the cliffs above the shore lived a gathering of puffins and their little puffins 4. Flap, said the mothers, we flap, said the 4. So they fluttered and they flapped on the cliffs above the shore. This puffin is flapping their wings, and this puffin is flapping their wings. That's how birds can fly up into the sky. They flap their wings up and down, and it brings their bodies into the sky. Flap. Close to the harbor, where the gulls soar and dive, lived an old mother Newf and her little pups 5. Bark, said the mother, we bark, said the 5. So they played and they barked, where the gulls soar and dive. This dog this is a dog, but it's called a Newf. That's its type of dog. And these are the gulls that are soaring and diving over the water. Far from the harbor, in a lodge built of sticks, lived an old mother beaver and her little beavers 6. Gnaw, said the mother, we gnaw, said the 6. So they chewed and they gnawed near the lodge built of sticks. So gnaw is another word for chew or bite. And that's what this mother beaver is doing to that stick. She's gnawing on it to make it the right size to keep building her lodge. Because that's where she and her whole family of beavers live. They live inside the lodge. High above the harbor, where the clouds reach to heaven, flew a Canada goose and her little goslings 7. Honk, said the mother, we honk, said the 7. So they flew and they honked where the clouds reach to heaven. Have you seen Canada geese flying in the sky and honking? I have seen some recently. I think it means they're coming back because spring is here. In the fall or autumn, they go south where it's warmer, and in the spring, they come back. Over in the harbor, where the ferry's always late, lived an old mother cod, and her little fishes 8. Swim, said the mother, we swim, said the 8. So they circled and they swam where the ferry's always late. These cod fish are under the water. Looks like they're under the dock. And here we have a starfish and some shells and a clam and some kelp or seaweed. Away from the harbor, in the spring sunshine, lived a herd of harp seals and their little pups 9. Roll, said the mothers, we roll, said the 9. So they wiggled and they rolled in the spring sunshine. They look pretty happy to be there in the warm sun. Far from the harbor, near a creek in the glen, lived an old mother fox and her little pups 10. Sniff, said the mother. We sniff, said the 10. So they scouted and they sniffed near a creek in the glen. Foxes have very good sense of smell. So when they sniff, it might be that they're looking for something to eat, or they're sniffing for somebody who's hiding. They're very good at smelling. And this is Dwayne LaFitte. He's the one who wrote this poem. And Teresa is the person who made the pictures and painted them. The end. I hope you liked that story. Now I'm going to show you how I've been keeping my plants healthy while I've been home. So when our plants get dust on them, they don't really like that because the dust doesn't let the sunshine come in and go on the leaves. So something that plants like is if you wipe them off every now and again. So I just cut up a little cloth that I had at home into small squares, and I filled my spray bottle with water, and I'll show you how I wipe the dust off of these leaves. One, two, three. My cloth is wet. I'll gently hold the leaf so it doesn't break. It's clean. I'll do another one. And one more. There, that plant looks happier. I'll do the rest of the leaves later. So if you have a spray bottle at home, maybe you can ask your adult to help you fill it up and you can take care of your plants. So now I'm going to share a poem and then we'll say goodbye. This one is about a bird. Here's a baby birdie, she's hatching from her shell. First comes her head and then comes her tail. Now her legs she stretches, her wings she gives a flap. Then she flies and flies and flies. Now what do you think of that? Down, 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 splat. Should we do it again? Okay. Here's a baby birdie, she's hatching from her shell. First comes her head and then comes her tail. Now her legs she stretches, her wings she gives a flap. Then she flies and flies and flies. Now what do you think of that? Down, 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 crash. I hope those baby birdies don't crash, but it makes for a funny poem. It was nice to see you. Thank you for spending some time with me today. I'll see you again soon.